we're recording.
Well, welcome, people.
Hello.
Hi.
Karen, what are you substituting your chicken for?
I'm not doing anything today. I'm just watching.
Okay.
And once I've made mine, I'll share it with you. I just thought I'd watch and I'd observe.
Okay, I have ingredients, but I don't know what I'm doing with them, just so everybody knows.
Right, okay. So, have you got breast or thighs, Kelly?
I've got breasts.
You got breast. How many?
2.
I guess there's only one answer to that question. Okay, right. So, you need to get your chicken breast out.
Okay.
And what we're looking to do is to cut into slices. So your slices should be not too thin because they've got to cook through for a while. So you're probably looking at something maybe
like
half a centimetre, maybe.
Like goujon slices, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark.
Okay. I think I can manage that.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. I was just saying to the girls. I didn't realise we were meeting this morning as well. So apologies.
No problem.
I'm down with a builder at the crack of dawn, getting another quote. But actually, if we were recording this, nobody wants to hear that, do they?
Okay.
Okay, so chicken peri peri is almost a national dish of Portugal. And I think when done properly is an incredibly good and tasty dish. And for actually one thing that I cook, very odd in the sense that it doesn't have any onions in.
That's
Yeah.
Which for Mediterranean cooking is very odd.
Unusual, probably more than odd.
Unusual. So how did you get on with your Wright Brothers fish box, Kelly? What did you cook from it?
Oh, it's amazing. So far we've cooked the mackerel. So we got 2 whole mackerel and filleted them on Saturday. We didn't do a very good job of filleting them, I'll be honest. It was there was quite a lot left on the bone, but it was the tastiest mackerel I think I've ever eaten. It was really, really good. And we've had the gurnard. Is it pronounced gurnard?
yeah.
That was nice. I've never had that before. It's really, really firm fish, isn't it?
Yeah, I've tried it once. I quite liked it.
Yeah, it's flavourful, but really firm. And then this weekend we're going to be moving on to the tuna. Obviously, I've frozen some of it because it is very fresh, but it will only keep for so long. So we've got a good freezer full of it. So I'm going to try out the tuna with some sesame seeds and some Asian veg on Saturday. And we've got haddock at some point as well. So loads to be going on with, but I do like it. I think I'll stick to it, to be honest. It's a nice way to buy fish.
There's a match at the moment of UK produce to UK consumers for crab and lobster and all sorts going on.
Okay.
It's been on a few of the programs I'm watching, and Jack Steen was on the one of the shows saying how it's going to take off because the export stock so much. You can get really good deals on by the crab.
They had I'm pretty sure it was the same one. They had them releasing all the baby little lobsters. I can't remember what they're called, but they're literally about half a centimetre long off the coast of Cornwall, just to repopulate the make it sustainable.
Yeah, it's the stuff that the Continentals are eating that we export basically 95% to, which is Megrim sole, which is a really ugly looking sole, but it tastes like plaice apparently. And also the spider crabs all go abroad. No one eats spider crabs here.
No.
That's fine. But that was something I liked about Wright Brothers actually, is that if you look on there, they say it is all sustainably caught. I don't know how true that is. You can only go by what they say, but it's good.
Well, most fishing is sustainable. It's the problem with this in the UK that we only eat cod or haddock. Everything else is pretty much unfished. The reason it's possibly unsustainable is because we fish it and export it.
Yeah.
The gurnard is lovely. Gurnard is the basis or the basis of bouillabaisse.
I've never had bouillabaisse. I saw it on MasterChef.
Oh, you must have had bouillabaisse in France a few times when you were in Honfleur, perhaps.
My trouble with fish, unless I can see it to make sure there's no bones in it. I mean, I adore fish, but I have to be 100% certain that there's no bones in it before I enjoy it. So fish stew or fish soup would worry me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can't stand bones.
Look at
Can't
these.
stand what?
Bones in fish.
We did take quite a long time pulling bones out of the mackerel on Saturday.
Very nice.
Actually, cooking it whole and then just scraping it off the bone is probably the easiest thing with mackerel.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I tend to do it, because filleting it's a nightmare.
I did that with the trout that you caught, Mark.
Yeah, same thing.
Really easy.
Just-
Yeah.
It cooks. It just
Top.
Unless you're grown up with filleting, it's easy once you get into it. You just got to know your way around how each fish is. I mean, each fish is different. That's the bit.
yeah, that's it. Actually,
Yes, most people.
that's how sad I am on lockdown. I actually watched a guy filleting about 12 different fish one day.
That's a good thing to be
I
doing,
mean, if
isn't
that's
it?
interesting, I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Happy to have a look.
Right, so how are we getting on, people?
Right,
Double
chicken's
chicken.
all done. Give me some garlic while I'm waiting. I'll take it. I have to peel the garlic down.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Now, the recipe I sent you says 2 garlic cloves. I tend to double up on that, but
Right.
Good plan.
I'm with you on that, as I am with my chili normally.
Oops.
right. So what we should have is you should have
You could
your
see actually
chicken now cut into goujon size. You should have 4 cloves of garlic peeled, and you should have your chilies and you should have your red peppers to hand.
Yeah.
Still on the garlic.
Although I will say one of my red peppers is actually a yellow pepper because I thought I had two red yellow peppers. I had 2 red peppers and 1 yellow pepper, but that wasn't the case. It was 1 and 1.
I'll ask a question because I don't know. I think most people know the answer, but I'm surprised by how many people don't. But you do realise that all peppers are the same, right?
Yeah, it's just how right they are.
Yeah. Did you know that, Karen?
No.
All peppers are exactly the same fruit. It's just green ones are unripe. Then they go red, and then they finally become yellow.
Oh, that's when they're sweet when they're yellow.
So they become sweeter. So
Yes.
it's just simply, and actually, a lot of times in Europe, they really just won't cook with green peppers at all because they find them too bitter. They'll use other fruits for bitterness.
Interesting.
Right. So we should now have. I can't get my hands up because I've got on the laptop. So you should have your chilies. You should have your chicken going. So what we want to be doing is putting a little bit of oil in the pan, getting some heat into the pan, so that when you put the chicken in, it doesn't heat the oil. The oil needs to be hot. So Kelly, have you got gas or electric?
Electric.
You need to get your hob on. Sorry, I should have started with that.
Medium heat, Dan. Yeah?
Yeah.
Medium heat, yeah?
Medium heat.
Zorro oil.
Olive oil.
Wok or frying pan, Dan? What do you reckon?
Come again, Mark?
Wok shape or frying pan shapes?
Wok, because it does spit a bit. Like a bad night out in Birmingham, you get spat on. Sorry to anybody from Birmingham, if you're watching.
I made yesterday from scratch. I made smoked haddock mac and cheese.
That sounds delish.
Yeah, it was really nice. The only problem is though, your house stinks of fish, doesn't it? It clings to everything.
Okay.
Smoked haddock.
The COVID sufferers still can't smell much at the moment, but I can. It was really strong this morning.
Smoked haddock.
Mm.
You do poach it in milk first.
Yeah,
Actually,
and then you use that milk to make the.
I've been eating a bit of smoked haddock recently, and my comment on the smoked haddock, I always used to do it in milk in the pan, but the last 2 times I've done it in foil in the oven for about 18 minutes with butter and pepper, and I've actually preferred it.
Oh, right.
I found the meat wasn't sloppy.
Hmm.
The flesh was better on the meat.
I just followed a recipe, so I don't know, but it was really nice.
So what's your favourite fish then, Karen?
Oh, lemon sole.
Posh lady.
Yeah.
With a lovely sauce to it.
Yes.
Fair enough. How's your oven getting on, Kelly? Your hob?
My hob is getting warmer. There's some movement in there, not much. Am I finally chopping this garlic?
Yes, so your garlic, yeah, finely chopped, roughly chopped. What you don't want to do is, because we're cooking at quite a high heat, is chop it too fine, because otherwise it'll burn. So it's got to have some, you don't want to mince it.
And what about the chilli, Dan?
You're onto the chilli, are you?
Yep. Nearly.
Right, so the chilli, you want matchstick size.
DC did.
Yeah, de-seeded.
And you see, it's chicken.
Can I see what you're doing, Kelly or Mark, or because I can't see.
I've got at the moment some roughly
Right.
chopped garlic.
Okay.
Is that better? Can you see that now?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
I am useless at matchsticks.
So Luba's not joining us now.
No, I think she's too busy at the moment with Emma. Do you know what time Emma goes down, Karen?
It's about 12 o'clock, isn't it, roughly? I think.
Chilies from my garden last summer.
Yeah, you're good like that, Mark. So what have you got going? You've normally got some bell peppers.
I'll tell you, there's one's called Apache, which I've done the last 2 years, which are really good. I didn't do jalapeno, so I just did some like hot cayenne and those Apache ones this year.
You got tomatoes going? You must.
I bought some on last Sunday, which they're a bit early, but I can put chilies in now in pots.
I was going to say it's almost time to plant the tomatoes, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of end of Feb, April, but the hanging basket ones I do, they come out quite early, so you can get them going for an early, if you get a decent summer. They should come out in June.
Cool. Yeah, well, I'm very much looking forward to that. One of the problems of living in a Victorian 2 up, 2 down is that you just can't really grow anything.
Yeah, the hanging basket ones are brilliant.
Except for your beard.
Well,
In
I think
Victorian style.
the Victorians were quite hairy. Well, the poor ones were anyway. The reason for that, keep all the soot dust in.
Should I be putting? I'm hot. Should I be putting the chicken in?
Right, yeah. Kelly, how's your pan looking?
Yep, with my Z has Z head, whatever it's called. I don't know.
Yes, then Mark. In with the chicken. And you need a plate to one side because the chicken's going to come out.
Okay. So I'm gonna wash this one.
How's Ben's trading coming along, Karen?
Well,
You made any money?
I see you now.
Right.
Is there any salt and pepper going on this chicken, Dan, or is it just as it is at the minute?
No, it's just in au naturel.
So no seasoning or chili or anything at the moment.
You can always add heat. It's difficult to take it away. It's like salt. Right, so your chicken's in, Mark, is it?
Yeah. I might turn it down a bit, like it's not sizzling much.
Fine. It's quite happy in there, sizzling.
So it says 2 chilies, but I do like it a little hot. I've just added a third. Will that be enough, or like it warm?
Yeah. Well, what chilies have you got?
These are just called like a hot cayenne chili. That should be
Yeah.
enough.
Do another one.
Okay, right, so where we should be, chicken in a pan, starting to sizzle away nicely. We should have our garlic, not too finely chopped, but chopped. Should have matchsticks of chili. Have you guys got on to your peppers yet?
Haven't done anything with the peppers yet, no.
Sweet peppers. No. How do you shape the sweet peppers? How do you want them cut?
I've got Romano, but normal peppers are fine. They need to be sort of the same as the chili, really, because they need to cook, same consistency. So matchstick length, probably something like that, if possible.
We got? Yeah, cool. Usual cook fare.
And again, remove the pith and the seeds. It's a lovely day outside. Nice drive this morning. There was a lot of people not paying attention. So I was pulled up behind a gritting lorry, and just as I was pulling out the other side of the road, this van piled into the car right next to me, smashed right into the back of it. That's a good way to ruin someone day at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I even sharpened my knives in preparation.
I'm going to turn the volume up on my Laptop. Can't hear anything.
Oh, that's a sizzling start.
Sides in preparation.
Need another board. This one is too small.
Give your chicken a stir. You don't want it sticking.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's nicely golden on one side.
Perfect. Shame us all now, Kelly. What was Christian making? It was undoubtedly healthy.
What was Christian making earlier?
Yeah.
A fruit couscous. He has it every day for lunch, which is just, he starts out the pan with some cinnamon and nutmeg and some oil and a bit of salt and pepper. And then he puts his dry couscous in and stirs it around in there. Once that's done, he adds water and some dried dates, little dates, and then it takes a couple of minutes and he just adds fruit to that. It's okay. It's not really my thing, but he has that every single day except for the weekends. That's his staple meal. Lunch.
Nice and healthy.
Yeah. A lot of sugar though, because it's just all fruit, majority of it.
Oh. Healthier than a fry up every day though.
True. How's that looking? Yeah, you're right, Dan. This does spit quite a lot.
Yeah, it's normally because the oil's not hot enough. I just want to try and get all the little bits off the bottom. It'd almost be done.
Oh, sorry, got a door issue, I think.
How's your chicken looking, Mark? Should be nice and translucent on the outside, maybe a bit of colour.
Let's answer the front door.
Okay.
I think it was a bluff from the dog to see if she could creep into the kitchen.
Right, if you're confident that the outside of your chicken is now nicely sealed, you come out the pan onto a plate as it gets returned to the pan later.
So it doesn't need to be cooked completely through at this point, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Just needs to be sealed off, basically, a little bit of colour. And if you can use a slotted spoon, preferably, to leave the oil in the pan, that's a good thing.
I think I need a couple more minutes.
In that case, Mark, it's time to reach and measure out your glass of wine.
Oh, that,
One for you, one for the pan.
does that mean I need to measure out 2 glasses of wine?
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't have a glass of wine because we're not drinking at the moment. Can I use white wine vinegar or something instead, or just leave out the wine?
If you're going to use white wine vinegar, you need to use about 1/5 to 4/5 water, so you can get the flavour, but without too much bitterness.
Okay, we'll water it down.
I didn't go for your Italian selection. I'm using this, the Governor, which is the one that I've been recommending recently from Majestic, Dan. That's their own one. He calls it a Wednesday wine because it's only about £6.99 when you get the £2 discount for getting 6 or more. Really nice.
This is the man I want to meet. I can talk to him about every day of the calendar.
I'm just going to check, make sure it's dry enough.
Got some golden chicken.
Cheers.
Right, so where are we at?
So I need to water this, dilute this down, Dan, is that right?
Yeah, 1/5 to 4/5 probably.
Okay.
What's 200 grams? About a glass.
175 mil, isn't it? Yeah, 200.
Yeah, full glass.
Oh, gosh. Are you talking about for you, or are you talking about for the recipe?
Oh no, I might have to open another one. It's a goner. Oh, I could... Yeah, I've got the recipe now. Chicken's coming out.
How's your chicken coming along, Mark? It's a very clean kitchen Kelly's got, isn't it?
That's why she did it the other day, didn't she? She organised it knowing that she was going to do it on live.
I did. I cleared it all, but we've got another spice rack for the other cupboard now. So lots of spices in neat rows in shelves.
Chicken's out.
Perfect. Right, chicken's out. Kelly, your chicken out?
It is. It is here, and it's golden. Dan, does that mean satisfaction?
Very nice. Right, quick splash of oil into the pan to replace the stuff that came out with the chicken. A little tablespoonful. And now we can go in with the peppers, the chilies, and the garlic.
And some pepper.
Come again?
Any salt and pepper? Sorry, it's just weird that there's no salt and pepper. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, no, don't worry. You'll have plenty of opportunity to season it later. A lot of Portuguese cooking is very, very basic, and they'll add their seasoning later, whereas the French will tend to season everything as they go. Portuguese, it's very simple fare, which they try and bring the best out of the ingredients, and then they add what they need to after.
Makes
In my
sense.
experience.
Which is nice if you've got really good fresh ingredients, I think, because then you get to taste each of them. Mark's off of mine.
Chicken's hot. There's a little there.
Is everybody eating theirs now for lunch, or are you having it later for dinner?
I'll have mine later.
I think I'll have mine later as well.
Me too. So
Is because if you're starting on the wine at lunchtime, you don't want to get into cooking later.
That's very true.
There's a practical element to lunchtime cooking.
So we don't have to stop drinking wine. We can continue drinking wine. We just save the dinner till later.
Well, it is Friday, Mark.
That's true. Back in the day.
Well, there was a time. What was that pub called in Holborn we used to go down to?
Which one?
It was all sorts of shenanigans you used to go on in there. On the other side of the road.
What, the sort of whiny bowl one? Oh, what, back in the... Oh, the downstairs one. Back... Oh, what was it called?
Can't remember.
You mean up by Sicilian Avenue, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, what was it called? The one down the basement.
Yeah. Right, okay. So your pepper should be nice and starting to soften. And if you're turning it, your garlic shouldn't be burning.
Yep.
There should be a little bit of colour on it. So now what we're doing is we're returning the chicken to the pan, juices and all. And you should get a nice little sizzle with that.
Was it Rendezvous, Dan?
Got the bar.
Yeah. I don't think it was.
Can't remember. Okay, right. So you should have the garlic, the chilli, the peppers, and the part cooked chicken. Just turning in a pan. Simple ingredients, 4 things so far. And now we're going for the olives.
That's what, I'm going to swerve this bit because I forgot to get any, and plus the fact is they're not the most popular thing among some of the household.
Okay.
But I might stick some in later.
How many of the olives do I want? The whole thing or just?
Well, I'm using 2 dessert spoonfuls, which is normally enough.
Okay.
Depending on the type of olive, obviously they're quite strong. The Kalamata, which I like, but they're quite strong, so they bring a very saltiness because they're pickled, which is also a reason you don't want to season the dish beforehand. And then what we're looking to do is, again, not mince them, just to roughly chop.
I've got sliced Veggie Blanca olives.
Which ones? Veggie Blanca. Sounds Spanish.
Already sliced because I'm lazy.
Oh, well, there you go. That's because they're M&S olives. Not just any olives, they're M&S olives.
I'll wash my parsley while you're playing with that.
Yeah, get your parsley going. Stir in your olives.
Does that want to go in? Oh, go in the olives.
Alright. Turning the heat down on the chicken now, just so it's just sticking over. You want some heat in the pan.
What are we doing, Dan? Is that chicken out again? Or is...
Alright, just turn the heat down. We don't want to be cooking the chicken to death, so if we can turn the heat down to a lower simmerish type.
Yeah. Okay.
And then in with your glass of wine.
Olives because I like it. The heat is down too far, it's not actually simmering.
Enjoy it, it's only Karen. sitting back watching the roast.
It looks really nice. It looks really easy as well.
It is very straightforward.
Yeah.
It's just a shame you can't smell. And I don't mean because you're ex-COVID. I mean because because this is a virtual cook-off. But the smell's coming off it.
I will make it. I'll probably make it on Sunday. I can just use corn chicken and ordinary chicken.
Yeah, well, portobello mushrooms will be fine. You just reduce the cooking time at the end.
Yeah.
Cook them thick. Cut them thick. Sorry. Right.
Kelly, there's one for that one for Christian, like I said as well. Definition, the Austrian one.
Definition. Oh, okay, nice.
That's really nice. Another one of Majestic Tone.
Okay. Can you send me a picture of that, Mark? Because I won't remember it.
Yeah, really good. That's 6 bottles. It's really good value as well.
So, Kelly, you're going to get very excited now because you can reach for the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I suggest you do, because the olives are variable in saltiness. Try a bit of the pepper, not the chicken, because the chicken's not cooked. Try a bit of the pepper, and then you'll be able to judge it accordingly.
Okay.
What are we up to, Dan? Sorry, I missed that while I was sending that picture.
Seasoning it up, Mark. Seasoning it up.
Seasoning.
Yeah. But try a bit of the pepper first, so you can work out how much salt you need to put. Well, I do like a whack of pepper into it because it just helps it balance for me.
Yeah.
Okay, does the parsley go in at the end, Dan, or do we put that in for earlier cooking?
No, leave the parsley out, otherwise it'll
Shrivel.
yeah. Okay. So what you should have now is most of your ingredients sticking along in there.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully your sauce with the wine should just literally be bubbling, but not simmering. Literally just a very, very low simmer.
Yeah, it's just very gently bubbling.
Perfect. Okay. Do we have lids for the pans?
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Seasoned up, lid on.